This is Autoline Daily reporting on the global automotive industry. And the big news today, of course, is Tesla's introduction of the Model Y last night, a crossover derived from the Model 3. It looks a lot like the 3, but the styling seems to fit the proportions of this vehicle better, and I think it's the best looking Tesla yet. The Y is powered by either 1 or 2 electric motors, and performance and range vary by trim level. The standard range version can drive an EPA estimated 230 miles on a single charge and do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.9 seconds. Move up to the long-range rear drive version, and it has an estimated 300 miles of range and can hit 60 in 5.5 seconds. Put all-wheel drive on it, and performance comes down to 4.8 seconds for 0 to 60, and range dips to 280 miles. And lastly, the performance version has the same 280 miles of range, but can do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Other highlights include a 15-inch display screen and seating for up to 7 people. Tesla says the 3 higher-end versions will be available in the fall of next year, while the standard model, which starts at $39,000, will go on sale in the spring of 2021. Toyota is going to invest nearly $750 million at 5 of its plants in the U.S. to build more engines and electrified vehicles. Hybrid versions of the RAV4 and Lexus ES will be built at its Kentucky plant for the first time. By 2021, Toyota will invest nearly $13 billion in the U.S., which is up from $10 billion the company initially pledged in 2017. Over the past year, Daimler and BMW have partnered up on a number of projects. Recently, they signed a deal to develop autonomous technology together, and they're also combining their mobility services into one company. And now reports out of Germany say that Daimler and BMW are in talks to jointly develop platforms for electric vehicles, a move that could save nearly $8 billion for each automaker. Volkswagen is facing more punishment over its diesel emission cheating scandal. The automaker and its former CEO, Martin Winterkorn, are being sued by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for, quote, massive fraud against its investors. Regulators say the company should have notified them sooner about the scandal. They also claim VW issued more than $13 billion in bonds and securities in the U.S. from April 2014 to May 2015, a time when its management knew about the illegal software in its diesel engines. Volkswagen says the lawsuit is, quote, legally and factually flawed, and it will fight it vigorously. They call it RNG, or renewable natural gas, and it could potentially be the fuel that saves the piston engine. Renewable natural gas is made from garbage. It uses methane gas from landfills and purifies that into natural gas that can be used to heat homes or power cars and trucks. It can be used in existing gas pipelines all across the country, and it costs the same as regular natural gas. And since methane is a greenhouse gas that's 25 times more harmful than CO2, RNG could be the cleanest fuel available. In fact, it's not just carbon neutral, it's not zero emissions, it actually has a negative CO2 rating. Vehicles that run on RNG are actually more helpful than electric cars in fighting global warming, even electrics that are powered by solar or wind electricity.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion, and by Dow Automotive Systems, advanced materials that deliver better results.
Indian automaker Mahindra is once again talking about selling passenger vehicles in the U.S. Over a decade ago, the company said it would introduce a pickup and SUV, but it eventually scrapped those plans. It does sell tractors in the U.S., and last year it opened a factory in the Detroit area to build its Roxor off-roader. But that vehicle isn't street legal. The Detroit News reports that Mahindra is eyeing the American market and is considering introducing a small minivan one day. The company acknowledges it isn't ready to bring a vehicle to the U.S. at the moment, but it hopes the Roxor can be the vehicle that changes the perception of the brand. Ford has had success with offering sporty versions of many of its vehicles, some of which you might not expect, and now it's taking that performance inspiration to its European vans. They're mostly just a cosmetic upgrade, with twin stripes down the front and rear, body color bumpers, and large wheels and tires, but the Transit Custom Sport also features a new 2-liter diesel engine with 9% more power and a full body kit. It goes on sale in the middle of the year, but the other two are on sale now. And speaking of Ford, it's coming out with a new paint color for the 2020 Mustang called Grabber Lime that was inspired by a vintage Mustang color from the 1970s. The amount of variation and brightness of this color, depending on the angle, is really quite amazing. Ford calls it lime green on steroids. The 2020 Mustang goes on sale this fall. That's it for today. Have a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day, and we'll be right back here again on Monday.
Ward's is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now, check your company's intranet for details, and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.